Okay, welcome to the Lobo podcast. On this episode, we have Ricky March. Ricky March has been doing comedy in the Chicagoland area for, I think, about 14 years. So I met Ricky when I first started comedy. He used to host the Flabby at the Abbey every Wednesday before it burned down. So Ricky said he's my first Jewish guest. I got to look back and see if anybody was Jewish, but I think he might be. Like, he grew up in. Actually, his dad was a commodities trader, lived in Rogers Park, and they moved out here to Highland Park. If you guys don't know Highland Park, which I worked in since I was 16 at a Jewish country club, is a very Jewish town. Next to it is Highwood that used to be full of Mexicans, and that's where I grew up for a little bit, but now it's gentrified. But before it was Italians, and then it was Mexicans, and I don't know what is going on in Highwood, but I know a lot of people from Highland Park, rich Jews, go eat in Highwood. We talk about his first wife, his second wife, which was this Russian bipolar chick who got addicted to painkillers and ended up cheating on him with his coke dealer. So he tells us that story, which was one of his bits, and she actually he raised his son. Now he's a lawyer in D.C., so congrats to him. But that after the second wife, he started comedy. On one of the first mics he did, Lions Den. I've never done Lions Den, but I heard about it back in the day. I think it was a little bit before my time. He also talk about a comedy festival that included Cannibal Burris, the Highland Park Comedy Festival. It was, right before I started comedy, or a little bit before. So we talk a little bit about old people, right? Older broads. I didn't realize older broads, maybe older Jewish broads, have a lot of STDs. They're fucking a lot. So we talk about the older fucking community, Jewish women, Jewish delis, some drugs in Amsterdam, and he gives me some advice on dating Jewish women. Remember, I grew up caddying for working for rich Jews, and I always wanted to date their women. So let's see if it works. Okay, so yeah, follow it's Cranky Ricky on Twitter. Some dude in Spain has Ricky March, and Ricky March for all the other stuff. He's got a show February 29th, Big Laughs in Buffalo Grove. I'll put the links to it. And he's got a show, actually, at this podcast. Give me a little guest spot at the Comedy Nosh, this Jewish deli in Northbrook that I'm going to go try out. Their Nosher's Delight. Corned beef sandwich and pastrami potato pancakes. And a pastrami sandwich I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to fast that day for maybe 18 to 20 hours, I'm fasting. Somebody, what is it, Todd Glover, tagged me on Facebook, saw myself. I feel I look fat. So I am doing at least 18 hours every day. All right, Lobo Den. Here we go.
Lobo Den, Lobo Den, Lobo Den. 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 It's the Lobo Den.
Okay, I'm going to start it. All right, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. Today we got Ricky March and my coffee. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, it's great to see you, JD. Can we call you JD? Is that cool?
You can call me Giovanni, JD, Lobo. I have a bunch of nicknames. You're just Ricky?
Ricky.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Comic Ricky on some things, Cranky Ricky on Twitter.
Cranky Ricky on Twitter.
Because there's a guy in Spain whose name is Federico March, and he goes by Ricky March.
What does he do?
He's a soccer player.
Oh, is he famous? I don't know a lot about
I don't know anything about him, except that I know he wouldn't give it up to me.
Oh, the Twitter
of Ricky March. So screw that guy. So I became Cranky Ricky because it pissed me off.
Cranky Ricky. Me and Ricky, when did we met? Maybe like 6 years ago. I feel like I started comedy like 6 years ago. I think
whenever you started, that's when we met.
Yeah,
because I've been doing this 14 years.
Okay, so you're doing it more than me. Where'd you start? Well, you grew up here, right? Did you grow up? We're in Highland Park. Is that okay to say?
Yeah,
I grew up here.
Yeah, I grew up in Highland Park. We moved here in '71 when my dad made a lot of money.
Okay.
So before that, I lived in Rogers Park, and that's when I got my street smarts, whatever they are.
Uh-huh.
And now the mean streets of Highland Park, as you know.
Well, they are mean because people can't drive in Highland Park.
People
cannot drive in Highland Park.
Not because they're too busy. They're too busy thinking about where they're going, what they're doing, talking on their phone, eating soup. I mean, it's nuts.
And Highland, what is it? Highland Park Wives? Wives?
Yes.
Yeah. North Shore Wives.
North Shore
Wives live here. And I don't know, I went a little bit higher on my level. But North Shore Wives, there we go. I like where I'm at. Okay, so I've caddied in Highland Park since I was 16. So that's about, I'm 35. What is it? Like
19
19 years.
years,
Yeah. 19. So I've been in the Highland Park area, and nothing has changed. We're in an intersection. People like right here, right before I got to your where we live. Is this considered a subdivision?
Yeah.
Whatever, a subdivision. I'm at the light, and the person, and I'm just sitting, and the person's just standing at the light, or not the light, at the stop sign, and just looking at me. And I'm thinking they're going to go in front of me, but no, they were turning where I was going. So me and his path, and my turn signals, me and his path are never going to hit. And he's just looking at me. He has no idea what to do. And this is a normal thing here in Highland Park.
I'll tell you why.
This is not Rogers Park. Why?
No, it's because you're a little beige.
Oh, I'm brown and I have a beard. All right, so
that's it.
I could be Middle Eastern or Mexican. Either way.
Yeah, either way, it's not.
I haven't seen it. I don't think there's a lot. Is this like a Jewish retirement community? What are we in? Or is that just Highland Park, right?
No, well, it's in here in Chantilly. It's newlyweds and nearly deads. So
Yeah, this is that. Well, for Highland Park, this seems like the price range, right?
yeah, it is. It's
townhomes.
It's
Newlyweds.
reasonably affordable, and if you can get accustomed to the one way in and one way out, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Because this is historical over here. At Clavey and 41 was a stoplight when I was in high school. They changed it because this is the first traffic signal on US 41 between where it starts and Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
So there were a ton of accidents.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they made the cloverleaf.
Oh, okay.
Fun facts to know and tell.
Yeah, because I had to come back around. Because
Yep.
I came up north, and then I had to get off the highway, and then I had to come back. I caddied right here in Northmore. Yeah. So Clavey splits Northmore.
Right.
So every time you go on Clavey, you split North.
Did they make you walk across the street?
Nobody stops.
Nobody stops.
Rare. Like we have things, and like I'm staring at people. Like I have to go. Basically, I have to go and then get in front of people and then put my hands up for somebody to stop. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they took out the pedestrian crossing light because nobody understood.
No.
And nobody stopped.
No, nobody stops here, and I don't know. And I'm carrying 2 golf bags, and they still don't stop. So I don't get it. I don't get it. So your dad moved from
Rogers Park.
in 1971.
Yeah.
What'd your dad do?
He was a commodity trader.
Okay, he was a trader.
Yeah.
Your dad was Jewish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traders.
Yeah.
And lawyers
Yeah.
at Northmore Country Club. Jewish Country Club.
Jewish Country Club. They raise a lot of money for Israel bonds, though.
Yeah. Oh, JUF Day.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
It's a
5-hour loop.
huge-
That's a 5-hour loop. JUF
Yeah.
Day. Yeah. People don't know that's a Jewish United Fund. So we had a tournament for it. All the money went to the Jewish United Fund. And every tee sign there was a fact about like for every dollar, like it shows you like, oh, for these whatever dollars, these Jewish people or whatever are getting this. They tell you what they're giving the money for. Like these are the Jews you're helping.
Yeah.
For this shot. So every hole you're reminded these are the Jews you're helping. JUF.
Which, by the way, if you still want to give, you can give to me and JD through this podcast.
Yes,
and
you
we'll
can.
make sure it gets distributed.
You got a PayPal or Venmo or something or Patreon? What do you got?
Yeah, I got 'em. I got everything.
When they send them to me, I'll put them up.
RickMarch at Gmail.
You know,
that's my PayPal.
RickMarch at Gmail. I think mine's. I don't even know what it is. You know, I haven't even asked for money yet on this thing.
Really, you should start.
I got to start right.
Especially today because hello.
Yeah, see, that's smart. That's what I should have. This is okay. I haven't had a Jew on before, I don't think. And
There
now
you go. And it's funny you said that because there's a Latino booker in town. You know who he is, and
the big one.
the big one.
Okay.
And back in the day, because I can say that too, he booked me, and I went out there and I said, "Cada uno necesita un judío."
See,
And
yeah, that's exactly.
and he got mad because I was speaking Spanish.
He got mad.
He got mad. Yeah.
Is there more to that? He just got mad because you were speaking Spanish.
Yes.
Well, that's it.
That's it. And then I guess maybe it was the punchline to that is if you go into the emergency room and then there's Dr. Patel, Dr. Gonzalez, and Dr. Leibowitz, who are you waiting for? Leibowitz.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You know what? OJ Anderson was just on Artie Lang's podcast, and they were talking about because he just partnered up with a Jewish fella, and he's doing really good as far as his business and things like that. Have you watched that show where everybody goes broke? We were just watching Evander Holyfield. I think who's the guy who played baseball, got caught with steroids?
Oh,
Alex Rodriguez.
yeah, but he's loaded.
But he's on that show
He does
helping
that.
out ex-athletes that blew all their money. So they had. So that's what. Yeah, they're shacking them up. All right. So your dad made some money, moved up to Highland Park. He was a trader.
Yep.
And then you went to Highland Park High School.
I did.
I was a Highwood kid.
Oh yeah, so I knew where
Up
you sat in the lunchroom.
Oak Terrace.
yeah.
Up until like fourth grade.
Oh, okay.
I was at Oak Terrace Elementary School in Highwood, which is the town next to Highland Park that's full of Mexicans.
It's not anymore.
Not anymore?
It's gentrified now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's all these businesses. Scornavacos is gone. I mean, I don't know when the last time
Where they
you've
went
been
all they moved up. Well, I moved up to Waukegan in fourth grade, so maybe the
Oh,
same
okay.
thing.
there. Yeah,
Waukegan flight, Mexican flight.
there's still a lot of Italians.
Well, it was always Italians, right?
Yeah.
Originally, it was Italians, and then the Mexicans came in.
Right.
At what we call La Ramada, those apartments, North
Right.
Shore Estates, right? We called it. I didn't know it was called North Shore Estates. I grew up thinking it was La Ramada, and
Okay.
that's where I grew up. I grew up in those little apartments.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many people live with you there?
19. No, it was. It was. Well, when I was older and I moved to Waukegan, we used to have people living in my basements because my dad, for a while, he was a painter. And then he got some eye surgery and then became a coyote. So he was just smuggling people over the border.
Really?
And then, yeah, we had just people. Like, there would be weekends where there'd be people in the basements for a day or two. And then they go, pollos. They're called pollos.
Pollos.
So, but yeah, so illegal immigrants that get moved around, that get brought by coyotes are called pollos. Pollos means like baby chickens.
Right.
And coyote, coyote.
Coy-
Yeah, same thing.
coyote.
Coyote
Yeah.
means coyote. So he came over to HP. And then
Wouldn't it be pollitos?
pollitos too.
Yeah, because that makes it little when
So-
you put the ito on it.
So pollos made her like teenagers or something.
Oh, that's creepy. But good for you.
Pollos. Oh wait, I think pollos is just chicken plural.
Yeah, it
actually,
is.
pollitos would be little ones. All right, you're right. Okay, yeah.
Look at me. I'm
Look, this is why you pissed off my the Latino booker, the large Latino booker in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah, well, pardon me for not being an idiot.
So when did you start? When did you start? Did you do? You're acting now, right? Would you do acting in high school and in plays and things like that? or
No, I was just a computer nerd.
Oh, okay.
All this came after my second divorce. I wanted to do something completely different.
Okay. What was your day job career at? You went to school? You started working?
I had a marketing degree.
Okay.
And then I worked in Wall Street for a little bit. Came back here, worked with my dad on the exchange
Okay. And how long did you do that?
until 1970. No, in 1981. So from 73 to 81.
And then when'd you meet your wife, your first wife? Well, you've only married one time, right?
No, two.
Twice.
Yeah, that retired from marriage bit I do. That's for real.
You're done.
Yeah.
What's his name? Got married again?
Who?
The guy who had like the biggest divorce ever, the Beatle. Didn't he get married again? He got married to he didn't he get a huge divorce with a chick with no arm or no leg?
Yeah. Paul McCartney.
One of the biggest divorces ever, and then he got married again. I don't. It's just
You better have a encyclopedia of prenup.
yeah. It's so. Where'd you meet your first wife?
My first wife, I met her at Harry's Cafe, which is no longer there. It's where Tavern on Oak is, because I used
That
to
sounds
live
familiar.
40 East Cedar.
Okay.
Apartment 4A. Stop by anytime.
Okay.
And those were the aggressive 80s
Mm-hmm.
when you were in your 20s, and you had every sort of
Drug, right?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
drug at your hand.
Uh-huh.
Women just came by.
When did cocaine hit? That was in the prime.
That was in the prime. What's gone now, and this is sad, is Quaaludes.
Yeah, Quaaludes were just, I heard about them growing up.
Yeah,
From the DARE program. If I wasn't a DARE, I probably wouldn't even know what a Quaalude was. That's where I learned what a Quaalude was. DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Okay.
I never had those programs, and we didn't. But back in the day, we didn't have driver's ed either. It was get in the car, go.
Go.
Yeah, and there were no seatbelts to mess around with. Quaaludes, however, were
A downer.
they were the most relaxing, beautiful thing ever. I think you can compare them to roofies,
Okay.
but you were more conscious of what you were doing.
And then, what, they just went away? Or
No, the United States Department of Food and Drug Administration decided they're too good.
they're too good.
They're too good. We're going to ban them. And so for a while, you couldn't get them anywhere but South Africa, Jamaica, and Russia. And then they found their way here, of course, because there was a demand for it. But they were... Ooh.
But no, there's no synthetic like they just completely went away? Because there's no synthetic Quaaludes, or there's nothing?
I don't know. The chemical formula is online, so if anybody's got a lab, that'd be a hell of a thing to do.
But I would think at least, because LSD is illegal, but people still make it. I wonder what happened to Quaaludes.
Quaaludes probably way too addicting, way too good, and you just felt good. I think it's probably close to ecstasy, but not blanked out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did ecstasy. So you met where'd you meet at Harry
At
Tavern on
Harry-
the now it's Tavern on the Oak. So you met your wife there,
Right.
and then how long were you guys together?
We were together, let's see, a hockey season.
A hockey season.
Yeah.
Which is what, 2 years? I'm not.
No, hockey is like 7 months or something.
Yeah, right. I feel like it's always on. Okay.
Yeah, and then that didn't work out. And I found out she liked me for the money I had at the time. Go figure.
Was she Jewish?
No, she was, yeah. She
Was that allowed? Is that allowed?
Oh,
Your mother
no.
didn't get upset?
My mother hates everything I do. Everything.
That's why you're comic?
Yeah, she hates everything I do, but the joke is on her now because she doesn't remember.
Oh, okay.
So my mother and I have zero relationship, zero. And did she approve? No, not of anything ever.
No, right?
No. So not my
What
first.
did she want you to do?
Who knows? Make a lot of money.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to do that, but then all of a sudden, the world changes, and I get divorced, and she takes a lot, and my mom is right there with the "I told you so." So then I met a second girl from Russia. She was pretty cool, and she had a son. So I married her. We got the son, and then I found out, oh my, she's bipolar.
Oh, what year was this?
Jesus,
It's the 90s?
90s.
90s. Because I didn't know about bipolar stuff until,
I didn't either. I thought she
Yeah.
was just in a good mood.
like, now everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's bipolar. So that's up,
and-
down,
yeah.
mood springs, things like that. When'd you find out she was bipolar?
When she
it-
was in the closet talking to her dead mother, crying.
Oh, really? Like on a phone or?
No.
No.
Just, oh, mama, no, я не хочу.
Oh, in Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I learned Russian, because she would get so pissed off. I would instigate that she would stop speaking English and start yelling at me in Russian.
Yeah, that's what Latinos do too. They
Is
start
that
still yelling to you in Spanish, like, oh, they're pissed off, or they'll say your full name in Spanish, and like, yeah, they're
Oh,
upset.
yeah. My full name in Spanish is Arico Enrique Marzo.
Enrico
Enrique Marzo. Yeah. And boy, when you would hear that in Russian,
So where'd you meet this Russian broad?
all right, let's get down to it. I did some volunteer work for the Jewish Federation.
Okay.
And she was a newly arrived Russian citizen, and I indoctrinated her to
Russian
the
Jew?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That didn't work out.
Nice, no.
That didn't work out either.
No.
No, the bipolar, and then she got addicted to painkillers, as people are wont to do.
Did she hurt her back or anything like that? Was it one of those stories?
No.
No.
She just got some and said, oh, that's good.
That feels good.
And then my bits are based on my life. You know that bit where I go, my second wife lives with my Coke dealer, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So what happened with that? Yeah, I know. I remember that bit.
Yeah.
So,
So she started, because I was working 2 jobs, and I was hardly ever home, and my vendor of cocaine would spend a lot of time in my house.
Okay.
And they started having an affair.
Oh, okay.
And so what hurt me most about that was him, not her. You know, if you're a good friend, you don't sleep
Yeah.
with somebody else's wife. That's the code.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurt. And now I make a joke about it.
How'd you find out? Because these are before cell phone and text. This is before social media and things like that, right?
Well, that was Facebook, you know, and there was no typewriters. This was, you could type and text and whatever. This was the 90s, but it was more MySpace.
Oh, I remember MySpace. Yeah, I had MySpace. I had a MySpace.
And I found out, he said to me, here's the balls on this guy. He calls me up and he says, I need to come into town and stay with you. I said, all right, whatever. He says, and I really love this woman. And he didn't refer to her at all. And he said, but I'm really crazy about her. And I said, well, look, you've got some health issues. If I were you, I'd take care of your health and then look for a relationship. I didn't know I was advising him on how to date my wife.
Okay.
I might have said something different in that case.
So he called you and asked you advice about About being in love with your wife and not telling you.
Right, exactly.
What is this, Ralph? Is he Italian? What is that?
No, he's Jewish.
Puerto Rican. Okay, Jewish. Ralph. Oh, like that type of Ralph. Okay.
Right, that type of Ralph.
Ralph. Okay. And then when'd you find out? How'd you find out?
Well, we had just split up after the divorce, and then he came into town, and I thought, well, great, I get to hang with my buddy. But he was gone, and then I called over to the apartment where my ex-wife was staying, and he answered the
picked
phone.
up. Oh.
And then...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the rest of this, it's like unbelievable. It was like, oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Did this one hit you for a lot of money or no?
There wasn't that much left.
Oh, okay. After the first one.
So there wasn't. And she said she wanted her son, who's my son, he's got my last name now, to stay with me for 2 weeks. And she was going to go to Palm Springs and get cleaned up.
Okay. The desert.
Right.
The Palm Desert.
And that's where Ralph lives, in his late mother's house. So she went for 2 weeks, and that was 19 years ago, and has not been back.
Oh.
At all. So I raised her son. I put him through college, and he's a lawyer in D.C. now.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
he's killing it.
He's killing it.
Yeah.
And then, so after the second divorce is when you started comedy? Or first divorce?
First divorce.
First divorce, you started comedy.
Yeah.
How'd you start? What'd you start with?
Well, I took a class. Maybe it was the second divorce. Yeah, it was the second divorce, because
Okay.
that's where I'm retired from marriage.
Yeah.
Twice.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that second one would do it to me.
Yeah. So it was then, and I was at Zany's just to see a show.
Old Town?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had this table card talk about comedy class. And, I've always been a smart ass. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, maybe I can be a smart ass on stage. So I signed up to take the class, and that was it. That was...
Do you remember who was teaching the class?
Yeah, I do.
Was it Dobie?
It was.
All right.
Those words don't come out of my mouth so well.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got to talk to he's whatever. I got to talk to him. Dobie's a character.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
If you mention me, he'll walk out of the room.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, he's mad at like 7 people right now after that.
7, please. I'm 10 bid. Show him.
He's mad. Okay, basically, Dobie started a room in Kenosha, and then the booker took over the room, and anybody who's done in the room that he knows, he's lashing out at. So,
oh, good.
I'm
looking forward to doing that room.
Yeah. It's like, look, man, I don't know. You should have worked out a better deal with the guy. But I don't know. I'll talk when I see him. I want to talk to him about it. But yeah, because the only thing with Dobie is when he met. I did one of his shows, right? I think at the Improv Playhouse or something like that. So I did a show for him. But the thing with he came out, and the thing he was just pushing, and I was a lot dirtier back then, so maybe that makes sense to me. But the thing, he was like, Giovanni, all he told me was like, be clean. The clean is green. I was like, oh, I get it. I mean, I think there's more to comedy just to be clean. That was all. He's like, you got to be clean. Clean is green. He was just obsessed with this. I don't know. He's obsessed with this clean thing. Like, it doesn't say. I get it. There's money in corporate. There's money, and if you want to, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But I think he was over. He was obsessed with this clean thing in his head.
Absolutely, and I think, he's right to a certain extent. But if you want the market, and let's face it, if you're like, I did this joke in a woman's prison. They said, you cannot swear here. And I said, so I did the joke about this. I said, most of you are here because of middle-aged white men like me. And I'll bet you that when you got arrested or screwed over in court, you didn't say, oh, well, that's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's part of life, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's just, don't say fuck for the punchline. Have fuck be part of what's the reality.
Yeah, and don't use fuck as fuck like instead of or something. You hear people just
right.
You lose the effect. If you're gonna use it, but use it.
Fuck
use
correctly.
Fuck correctly. There we go. I like that. Could be a T-shirt.
Yeah,
we'll put the little asterisk on the U. So then you took the class, and then what? You started. What'd you start doing? Just was there mics back? What did you do? I don't know.
There were mics then.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the olden days.
Okay. Well, because I know from Chicago now, there's like 5 to 6 mics a day, 3 or 4 independent shows, a bunch of clubs. But from what I remember, like back then, it wasn't not that many stand up because it was an improv city, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And the improv people will tell you it still is. But I went through the improv program at IO and worked with the 2 best female improvisers ever, Rachel and Susan. Rachel, why do I forget Rachel?
Maddow?
No. Susan Messing. She was the best. And she cursed like a trooper.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
Sailor.
She came up with this, fuck of fuckness.
Fuckness?
That was her exclamation. And this was 15 years ago, and it resonates with me today.
Fuck of fuckness.
Fuck of fuckness. So I went to an open mic after the class, and I got there at 8:00, and there was a list, and I was 45th.
Do you remember what mic it was? 45th.
Lion's Den?
Oh, Lion. I remember hearing about that one.
Yeah.
That was one of the original ones that I would hear about. Yeah, Lion's
Right.
Den.
So
Do you remember who was hosting? Who was there?
I
Any
don't.
name? Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
So you
I
got
went
to
with a
Lion's
guy named Brad Fohas and Haji Outlaw.
Haji
Outlaw. They're in. I don't know what's with Brad now, but Haji's in L.A. and he still keeps in touch via Facebook.
Okay.
So I was 42nd on the list, and it was 8:00. So I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. And that night I learned about how I get bumped.
How'd you
Oh
do it? You got bumped the first night, or you bumped yourself?
no, they bumped me.
Mm-hmm.
I was 42nd and wound up going 70th.
Oh, that type of gump.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you went up fifth.
No.
Oh, like they bumped you.
They're like, oh no, here's everybody else in Chicago before you, because they didn't know me.
Yeah.
A, and B, I was, a little bit older.
Yeah, Ricky's a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
I'm mature than a lot of these comics. You're
Yeah.
mature,
How do you like that?
Yeah, and I'm 35.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Oh, he's not. So what time did you end up going up? It was like,
I mean, it was like midnight, and I did it. I did the jokes that I'd written, and I don't even do those jokes anymore. I did a joke about camp. When you send your kids away to camp, you expect them to improve and whatever. And my parents sent me to fat camp.
did you improve?
I did. Look.
You got fatter.
Yeah. So, and then as I came off the stage, I saw people writing down stuff, and I was like, "Are you stealing my jokes? I've been doing comedy for an hour here," and then I never went back there.
No.
So I produced a show in Highwood.
Highwood.
Yeah, baby, at Pops for Champagne.
Where's Pop? What is that? That's not around anymore, is it?
No,
Pop.
but you remember?
Okay, relative to Bufo's, where is it? How about that?
Okay,
is it on that strip? No.
No, it's
Okay.
on the other one where the restaurant
Where Froggy's is? The Froggy strip?
on
Okay.
that strip, but south.
South is
It's
towards...
next to 210.
Oh,
which
which used
was
to be
the
Highwood
alley.
Lanes, yeah.
Right.
Highwood Lanes. Okay.
Okay, and then after that, it was just a bar, and then it became a restaurant, and now it's empty.
Oh, okay. Oh, the one, yeah, it was, there's the guy who owns Miramar,
Gabe.
he
Yeah.
opened it as Gabe's, because my buddy worked there for a little bit, right? Yeah. My buddy worked there for a little bit at Gabe, so I went to visit a few times. Now, I went to that spot a few times because he worked there for a little bit.
Yeah,
Gabe opened it up.
They had a showroom in the back for bands, and on Friday nights they let us. I mean, it was nice. They had a stage and tiered seating and whatever, so it was nice. And we charged. And how's this? I paid comics.
Oh.
I mean, we're talking in the '90s. I was
Yeah.
paying comics in the early 2000s.
Do you remember who were some of the people? Hey, was there a comedy festival here in
Highland Park.
Highwood?
Highland Park Comedy Festival.
Was Hannibal was in that or something, right?
Yeah, he was. We
Because
did it.
Brian was telling me about it.
We did it for 2 years,
Yeah.
and we ran it at Stasha's. You remember Stasha's, the hot dog place?
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
Because I caddied here, so that sounds Stashes. I remember some guy named Brent telling me Stashes. You got to go to Stashes.
Stasha's. They give you free fries.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did it there, and it was part of Highland Park at night.
Okay.
And I got the city to kick in $500 for a prize. So it was a contest, and $500 then was
That's like that's like a G or something.
it's like
or
maybe
or
2,000 now.
750. Yeah,
Yeah.
or two.
So we had audience voting, and everybody had to vote for two, just in case you stacked it with your friends. And it worked out really well.
Who was some of the names on it? You said I remember Hannibal because Brian was telling me.
Hannibal was on. some names that don't matter anymore because they don't exist.
No, right? Yeah, that happens all the time.
They've disappeared. Jeb Cadwell, Brad Fojas, Brian
Hicks?
No. He went to California with Hannibal, did some work there.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, it was a ton of fun, and so very un-Jewish of me. I didn't make a dime.
No, right? Yeah.
But that was the Highland Park Comedy Festival.
That was a Highland Park Fest, and that was around the time you were doing that. That was later when you started that show by Fake Gabe's.
No, that show was at this. Gabe's was first,
Which wasn't Gabe's, right?
Right?
Whatever it was called.
It was Pops.
Yeah, Pops.
There's a Pops in the city,
Okay.
and this was the one in Highwood.
Okay.
Pops for champagne and comedy. So that's what we did,
Okay.
and it was a good place. I mean, the Wooden Nickel used to be on
the
the
Wooden
strip.
Nickel. Is that
right?
still around?
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
that's
But
been around forever.
It's east of there now.
Oh,
And
it's not on that little.
No.
Oh, where the hell is it?
They built it bigger for bands, and it's east, like 2 blocks east of that strip.
Okay.
I've been in there. I haven't done comedy in there, but I've been in there to listen to friends of mine in bands.
You know what? So where I started comedy it wasn't at the Lanes, but I remember it was on. So I was driving by one time, like a year before I did comedy, and Highwood Lanes had a sign, something about comedy. So they were doing something. I don't know, before Larry started doing, they were doing something. And then I remember when I started doing mics. My first mic was Three Dead Moose over in Chicago.
Okay.
At whatever it's called, Northwood Inn, the Packers bar. And then I remember I drove by and I messaged Highwood Lanes, and the manager, this Mexican lady, she was like, "Oh, actually, we're looking to do a comedy thing again next month, and can you give me some information?" So I gave her a bunch of info, and I forgot. I don't know if Larry did the first one or not.
I think it was Matt Drufke.
Huh? He was on there, but I don't know. I don't know if for some reason I got in contact with Larry or something. We all got in contact, and then I gave her and I gave Larry the info. I think I have to look back, and I gave her the info, and I got everybody together, and I was like, okay, here are the comedy groups here. Oh, I remember. Oh yeah, and I messaged Larry like, okay, here are all the Facebook comedy groups. These are the people. This is blah blah blah. So then that's when he started the Highwood. I don't know if he did comedy before that. Do you remember?
I don't know. He didn't do it at the same time I started, but
No.
You know, he and I are business partners now.
Yeah,
And
Funnier by the
producing-
Lake, right?
Right, and producing shows, and we do shows all up and down the North Shore. I still do corporate stuff from bestcorporatecomedy.com, and we produce a show at the Buffalo Grove Public Park District, which is going to be Jim Flanagan and Vince Carone
Hey, yeah.
in the same show. How's that?
Vince just got voted best suburban comic this year.
I was there.
Yeah, it was there. Larry was there. Larry was wasted. He was off the wagon. He was
Yeah,
so
he was.
drunk, dude. He's like, you can't nominate me. I get it, but still, yeah, Larry was pretty drunk. But is he back on the wagon?
He's back on the wagon.
He was off the wagon for like a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, and I liked him
Yeah.
more.
Oh, off the wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a different. He shook your hand.
Yeah.
He shook my hand for the first time, I think, since I've known him.
Yeah.
Since I've known Larry, you see him at a show, he only fist bumps me, right? He's like
Right.
this weird fist bump.
Yeah.
And then he shook my hand. I was like, what is this? He's like, he
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. He was drinking.
Oh yeah.
He
would. Yeah, but you know what? Better for him. He realizes he can't control it. He's got a problem, and good that he recognizes it and doesn't overindulge. Me, I can drink for a night and then not drink for a week.
Well, I stopped drinking, sort of. I'm Giovanni sober.
Yeah.
So I went to Miami in July, and I blew $4,000 in one night on strippers and cocaine.
Wow.
So then I know. Anyways, I drained all my bank accounts. And one of them wasn't even, I shared with a friend for the condo we owned. It still stripped it out. But I put all the money back. Anyways, then I started, you know what? So this is how I caddy every year. I caddy 2 or 3 times a year for a tournament. That's it. Next season. This year I came back from Miami. Oh, I'm caddying every single weekend now. So I was working 7 days a week to make up that money. But then so when I came back, I stopped drinking, cut out women drinking, and drugs. So I did 89 days no cocaine. I did more than 90 days no weed, and then alcohol I did it was more than 90 days, and I slowly introduced. So now I'll have a drink or two Yesterday I drank a little bit more than I wanted to. So yesterday I went to Old Town Zany's to go see Bobby Slayton, Pitbull of Comedy. You know Bobby?
Yeah, I do. Not personally, but
No.
I know his stuff, and he's great.
Yeah. Bobby was great. A few people walked out. A few millennials. They got like offended, really offended, right?
No shit.
And he was like, he started attacking them, and they're like, "We're leaving." And they were there with their boy, and they're like, they left. Yeah, they were like, "You're not." She's like, "You're not funny," like or something like that.
I hate that. Just shut the hell up.
Yeah, just shut up and leave. And everybody booed them, and everybody cheered when they left. So
Yeah.
it was pretty good. But like yesterday, Brian Morton, the manager, he bought us shots. I was there with Eric Pinnell. You know Eric, right?
Sure.
Yeah, Eric Pinnell and my buddy. So me, her, and him, she all get shots, and then I take the shots, and then I have the drink. So now that I don't really drink, it hit me a little bit more than usual. But that's about it. You know what I mean? I do a few drinks, and then I'll drink if I think I'm with a chick and I get laid, and that's it. But I don't do more than that because, well, when I first started re-drinking, like I was here in Highwood at that new vodka place.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like I was basically totally sober since Miami. And somebody had a whiskey, and they were like, "Oh, this is a really good one." And then I was like, "Let me taste it." It was a pretty strong, and I tasted it. And then I felt that rush. And then I just pictured myself like at the end of the night, like finishing two bottles of vodka, and I was like, you know what? And I was like, get away. I went back to the water because I could tell if I have any more, like, who knows when this night's gonna end? Because I'd be that guy. Like, well, $4,000.
Yeah, right. That's in one night. Oh, that's a good night.
Minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
We stopped partying at 5:30 p.m. It's when I was like, oh, we gotta go. And I got to catch
the
a
whole
flight.
24 hours.
So it was basically like what? Got to the strip club at maybe 2-3 in the morning, and then closed it out.
Hours,
then went to a motel, and then kept partying till like 5:30. So whatever amount of time that was.
I still smoke, and here's me being social. Hey, want to smoke? Want a cocktail? I did not know, and I'm sorry for.
No, I'll smoke. I don't like smoking before 7 p.m.
Okay.
Because like yesterday, I smoked. So after the show, I left, and then my friend, a comedian, I went to her house, and I was like, I didn't feel like driving home, and she was leaving Joe Villagomez's. He was
I saw
a TV thing. What is it called?
Bill Burr's
Yeah.
presents.
Oh yeah, and they had a viewing party at Comedian You Should Know at whatever it's called, that place in the city. And she was leaving. She was going home. So I was like, you know what? I'll just stay at her place. So then she's a big stoner. So we smoked like. For her, it was normal. She smokes a bunch. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even get her high. And then for me, I was completely stoned out of my mind. And then I started shadow boxing, right?
Oh,
you know,
boy.
shadow boxing.
Yeah.
This is what when I smoke, I start shadow boxing. I get all this energy, and I shadow box, and I do all this movement. I walk around. So she's like, oh man, like you get really wired. And I was like, yeah. That happens to me when I smoke sativa. Sativa's I hit your high, right?
Yes, I know.
And then she looks.
I don't like indica.
No, and she told me, it's like, by the way, we just smoked like the put your ass down to bed tranquilizer indica.
No kidding.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just crazy. I'm sorry. That's how it affects me. So, because there's a balance with me with weed. I can have some a little bit, but then I kind of go. There's where I just kind of zone out and I'll watch stuff. So I can't like. If I hit that zone, I won't be productive. So that's why I rejected it. Because I still have a few more things I have to do tonight. Otherwise,
right, well,
but after 7 p.m. I hit it.
We'll come back after 7.
So I'll come back after 7.
Did you ever date a comic?
No, I have a rule. I don't date comics. I do not date comics. I slept with one comic and I messed around with one when I first started, and I stopped it like right away because I feel there's no. Did you?
Yeah, once.
Did it turn out well?
Oh no.
No, right?
No, and. You know, I mean, let's face it, we're all damaged who do comedy, right? Yeah. So, and then you get a damaged guy and a damaged girl, and then her profession is to make fun of stuff.
Yeah.
And so's mine. So you don't want that when you're walking around naked. And we were attracted to each other at the time. My girlfriend's in the other room. She's going to stab me. But that was, you know.
You date a Puerto Rican? Nice.
No, she's Polish and Italian.
Nice.
Yeah. So she cooks horribly because she doesn't read a recipe.
Pierogies and lasagna? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So so this woman, she freaked out one night, and I was like, you know what? That's it. We're done. And that was the last time.
But this is what I'd be afraid of. Let's say I'm with a lady comic and it doesn't work out and she doesn't like me. And now she's telling people, oh, he was an asshole, he was this. Now it's getting to a booker that might like her. And it's like, I feel like there's no there's no upside to it. You know what
You're
I mean?
thinking like a Jew. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've worked for Jews for what, 19 years?
There you go.
Okay, so I'm out there. I'm listening when they're playing golf and asking me for a 7-iron.
Yeah,
I pay attention.
you're good. You
Now
never.
I do. Not as a kid.
It's like, it's like now if you're hitting on a younger girl, you don't do it. And you sleep with a comic, you don't do it.
I would only sleep with a comic if the comic is older than me and higher than me in the scene. So she's up here, like she's above me at a professional level, and she has to be older than me. And then I would do it. I feel safe there. I feel like.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I don't.
I would do that. For
Well,
sure.
first of all, there's not a lot of women comics older than me because they're dead.
Okay.
And for you, it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's my only exception.
Yeah. So
It can only help me.
So Judy Gold is your speed.
Judy Gold's a lesbian, isn't she?
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
Wear a dress.
Paula Poundstone, same thing.
She's also a lesbian,
Yes.
right? She came out late. Paula Poundstone is one. So growing up,
She's a whacked out chick.
what controversy did she get involved with?
Child abuse or something like that.
What was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, I don't look it up. But she's the one of the people growing up that I would see was Paula. She'd be on Comedy Central.
Right.
So I see Paula Policy. To me, it was. So were you into comedy as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, who'd you?
Bill Cosby and Don Rickles.
Don. Oh, Don's a killer, dude.
I
He's
saw-
Still, is he still? No,
Oh, no, he
just
died last year, or 2
He
years
just
ago.
died, right? But
Right.
he worked it till the end.
Oh, he did, man. I saw him 3 times.
Where?
Mill Run Theater in Golf Mill, Niles.
Okay.
Saw him there twice, and then I saw him in Vegas
In Vegas, right?
at the Golden Nugget. And I was hoping against hope that
He would roast you?
Yeah, but he didn't.
No.
But he was so good. He didn't say fuck at all. And he was racist, but he didn't say any of the offensive racial words.
No, right? Yeah. He was. Yeah, he made up like. He was creative with those words.
Yes, he
like-
was. He'd say that. Now he used to say colored. Now he said, but lately he would say black. It's a black guy laughing. He was, is the Mexican guy laughing? And because I know I'm going to get.
Yeah, he did. We just did the stabbing motion, right?
Right,
now.
exactly.
The Puerto Rican stabbing motion.
Yeah,
That some Mexicans appropriate. Ugh, I don't even want to say that word.
They stole it. Let's face it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to get into that appropriate stuff.
Man, I know one thing's for certain. This is why the word Latina came around. If you call a Mexican lady Puerto Rican, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
why is that?
And a Puerto Rican, a Mexican. I think,
yeah.
like my friend gets pissed off.
Yeah.
I don't know because Mexican Puerto Ricans. I don't know why we got into it. At least I don't know if it's in the Chicagoland area, but I don't know. We're
don't
just
know.
feuded.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I meant Latina for me going forward. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can always tell a Jew, so you don't have.
Now you can't even say Latina.
Why? What do you guys say?
That was like, well, some you'll say Latina, but some will get offended. It's like Latinx now. It's like a new thing. It's a non-binary.
Oh,
You didn't know about Latinx?
I did not.
I didn't know about it. I saw it on a flyer and I was looking at it and I was like, what is this? I was like, is that what I think it is? And I was like, and I asked somebody that was there. I was in Pilsen or something. I was like, what is Latinx? Like, oh, and they explained it to me. I was like, oh, okay. You can say Latin, but no, I got to draw attention to myself,
so
I
for
guess.
Latinx, what is your pronoun? Yo?
I don't even know. Hey.
Because it's not señor.
No.
It's not señorita
No.
or señora. So it's got to be X.
X. Oh, X. X. Dos X.
Yeah.
Dos X. Did you ever see Cosby? I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him, and then all that stuff happened. I was like, not so much.
I saw
He was a
him. I even remember watching him on I Spy, the TV show. And he was just cool. I mean, I didn't know anything
Well,
about
no,
anything.
no,
I was
no.
15 or something. So I saw him live, and he didn't use punchlines. He just would tell his stories. I have like 6 or 7 of his LPs.
Vinyl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get into vinyl. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's to Russell, my brother, whom I slept with. And he did a whole 30 minutes on that. And that was cool. And now you find out he's creepy, and it's good for him being in jail.
Yeah. Here you go.
I hate all that. I hate it that women were so taken advantage of. It's ridiculous. And by the same token, now I'm scared to flirt.
Oh, yeah.
Not
I don't talk to white women anymore because of that. Only
Yeah.
Latinas. They'll put up with it.
Oh, okay. Because, I don't want to be the creepy old guy in the Chicago comedy scene. So I just, and maybe Larry's right. Give a fist pump and not a hug. or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'll hug certain people. Like it's funny when that first happened. I remember, like I went to people I would normally hug, like comics girls like they haven't seen. I was just like, hey, and I remember one of them hugged me. She's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, this it's a little bit, it's a little bit. So yeah, I won't hug white women still. I'm afraid. You know the Patrice bit?
Yeah.
The Patrice bit, white women or something on the outside. Like I bring that up. I brought that up in the last few podcasts. So I'm very cautious. Like, well, the ones that got offended at the show, they were the white women, right? They're like, they're the whatchamacallit.
I can offend white women too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just you. So I'm kind of proud of that. In fact,
Who can't offend white women?
you know who you
look at them.
I'll tell you who you can't offend is my girlfriend.
No.
We've been together. It'll be 4 years in July.
Okay.
And we've never had an argument.
No.
Not a throwing stuff, fist fight, nothing. And I would say to her, look, I'm sorry I'm being a dick. And she goes, no, you're not. You're just under a lot of pressure.
Fuck?
She's amazing. She can't cook, but she's amazing.
What do you guys eat? You order in? You go out to
we
eat?
order. I'm a good cook.
Oh, okay.
Man, you can tell I'm not.
No.
I mean, I did do keto for like a day. And then
you were asking about the keto.
Right. I missed the stuff, though, man.
Uh-huh.
And I brought stuff for her to make me keto brownies, but that's back because she can't cook.
What about fasting?
I've done it. I did yesterday for like 18 hours.
I did 20. My goal is 18 this whole week because I think in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks I've gained maybe like 5 or 6 holidays, things like that.
Yeah.
So I want to get back. Like this way, I got tagged on Facebook Wednesday. Todd Glover tagged me on Facebook at Cigars and Stripes, and then I saw it, right, and I looked at myself. I was like, I didn't look this. You can tell I gained some weight.
Yeah.
It's that tag picture, right? Because you're not in control of it. All of a sudden, it hits you out of nowhere, right? And you say it comes up in your thing. And it's like, oh, I had to review, and you review, and I was like, that's not me.
I don't want to see pictures of me sitting down. If you go from here up, fine. But I don't want to see the rest of it.
No.
Standing on stage is fine. Come at me from the front.
Yeah, you know what I took from you, which was a good move when you did Fly by the Abbey. Always pictures of all the comedians, pictures. So when I would host the mic or do something, I would try to do that. Pictures of the comedians, picture comedians. That was a thing that I stole from you, right? I was like, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Like people want to go to your mic, it's like, oh, somebody's gonna take a picture of me. I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna go.
Right.
How long did you do the Fly Abbey? What happened? It burned down.
It burned down 4 years.
4 years,
Fly
right?
at the Abbey, yeah. Every Wednesday night. It's part of the reason that it ruined a relationship, but that was fine because of that relationship.
For Wednesdays? Because you weren't around on Wednesdays? Or
right. Well, I would do mics on Friday, and we'd be out on Saturday, or I have a gig, and blah, blah.
Uh-huh. What was she? Jewish?
Irish.
I
am not. I've been with the spectrum, man.
Uh-huh.
I
haven't really.
No?
A lot of Latinas.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You should try. Get you a Jewish girl.
Oh, I love Jewish women, though.
See, there you go.
Like growing up,
and you can be the naughty hombre.
I can be the bad hombre. No, but I've
See, naughty is sexier, I think.
Yeah, naughty hombre. Yeah, bad. Yeah, bad hombre is kind of lame.
Yeah.
That bit.
I did this bit. I haven't done it in a while. I like a little naughty talk during monkey business.
During monkey business.
And this, of course, came from a true story. It was with a Jewish girl, and this was this is the first time I ever had an audience member come home with me. I mean, she wanted to.
I'll tell you about mine in a second.
Yeah. So we were fleegling the Tutti Cutis, and I said, "Talk sexy," and she said, and in the middle of everything, I started laughing. So the bit came out. I like a little naughty talk during monkey business, and here's the punchline. But I was with this one girl, and she said, "You're so hot, etc."
Oh yeah, etc. I remember that.
Yeah, and that's like, etc. What are you kidding me? And that's where that bit came from. Yeah.
My first, I'll go back to the story about the first chick I brought back from a show, but that sexy, it reminds me of a few times. One time I was with a girl, some stupid thing I said. I was with a girl, and then we're in bed, we're messing around. It was me and my buddy went to these two girls' house because she was messaging me, and they're like, come over here. I'm with my friend. I was like, oh, I'm with my friend. Sent a picture. We went over there, right? To Kenosha. Anyways, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yeah. You know, they were hot. Yeah. Anyway, so we go to Kenosha, Wisconsin. And then I'm in bed with her. And in my head, I'm thinking, all right, we're going to have sex, but I want to make sure she's ready. Not ready, but I was like, I don't want her to, I don't know. I said this like, hey, if you want to go pee right now, I'd understand. In my head, I was thinking like, okay, go freshen up or do what we got to do so we can get into sex. So there's nothing to stop us from having sex. But then what she hears is like, hey, you want to pee on me? Or I don't know what. But then she went to the bathroom, but then her friend went to get her friend. So they had a meeting in the bathroom. And then I ruined it for both of my friends. And the night was over. So I wasn't but I was like, hey, I understand if you want to pee right now.
I think freshen up would have been those words I would have used.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to freshen up?
I was young and like.
No, I get it. Yeah. I needed an aggressive woman because my teenage years were not so fruitful.
No, not till 18. I lost my virginity at 18, I think.
Oh, I was much older.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, not much older, but older.
Yeah, I was 18. But my first one was, you've done crane shows. Have you done crane shows?
Sure, Crane's Butter, sure.
Yeah, so Mustangs, right?
Oh, yeah, I've done that. I like that one.
Yeah, no, actually, that wasn't the first lady. Well, I'll go into Mustangs. Mustangs, I did a bit where I asked the audience, only single people here, right? And I look around, and I see who raised their hand. I keep an eye, I do a mental note. I was like, all right. I mean, I could talk to her. I do it, but I noticed, okay, I could see who's single. And there was one older lady, older, probably 50s or something like that, to the right by herself, stacked. And I paid attention to her. I was like, okay, she said she was single, and it was in the back of my head. And then later I go and I end up talking to her, and I'm leaving, right? We talk for a while, and I leave. And as I'm driving to possibly a strip club, because from Beloit to my house, there's a point in the middle, leaving Beloit to Waukegan, there's a point in the middle that I'm 12 minutes away from a strip club called Vegas in Delavan, Wisconsin. I used to go to when I was in my 20s. It was a dirty, seedy place where you can get probably a little bit more hands-on than other places. So,
right.
So sometimes I have two GPSs is open, my Waze and my Google Maps. One's going to the house and one is mapping into the strip club. So there's a point where I'm only 10 minutes away, and at that point I decide, do I go home or do I veer off to go to this strip club?
Gotcha.
So at that point, I'm considering going to the strip club, and I'm considering going home and pigging out, because I kind of just, sometimes I feel like, you know what, no women, I want to eat shitty food. This girl from back home is messaging me, where am I at? So there's a girl messaging me where I'm at. And then the older lady from Beloit is messaging me. She's like, oh, I thought we were going to hang out. And then it's like, I felt the pressure, right? Like I really wanted to go eat, but I feel this pressure sometimes is like when those situations happen, I got to capitalize, not because I want to, because I feel like, I don't know.
It's an opportunity.
I feel obligated, at least for my friends or something. So because I feel my friends are going to make money for me. It's like, really? Like you said no? So then I go back to Beloit to meet this lady who lives with her son, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Because her son got her a job at the Chrysler plant.
Sweet.
And they both or she got her son, so they're both like, she was like, don't worry. He's
working third shift.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't get home till 4. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. He's working third shift. So then, yeah, me and I went to work from Rockford that day and she was old enough not to have children. Because I asked her, like, so what's the situation here? I was like, all right, so I came in her. But she was too... Because, I mean, the night before I used protection, but then the morning I didn't. And then I was like, what, so you can't? And I was like, all right, so...
Let me give you this little fact.
Yes, sir.
I found this out before my parents moved into retirement home. My dad passed away last year, and my mom is lost in a lost world now. She's got dementia. The most advanced venereal diseases come from the population of 70 to 80.
Really?
Yeah. So what you think is safe, they can't get knocked up, but they're open for business, whoever wants them. And you can...
I wonder because they're more likely to not use rubbers because they can't get pregnant. Not. So then it just... Yeah, because I heard in the communities... They're retiring.
Yep.
I can imagine what's going on in Palm Springs and Boca Raton.
Oh, my God. every night. This is why women take care of themselves when they're 70 and 80, still makeup, hair, whatever. And then guys, my age, we just quit.
Yeah.
We just take a look around. When you go to, let's say, Max and Benny's, where we do a comedy show called the Comedy Nosh, and you look at the women.
It's a Jewish deli establishment.
A Jewish deli in Northbrook. You look at the women, hair, makeup, everything fine. And you look at the men, make me look skinny. They just given up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So women are still, it's just how it is. I don't think it's a Jewish thing. I think it's a woman thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was a very sexist thing to say.
No.
No. That's the thing, right? Right now, you can't
I say incredibly sexist things all the time. I can care less. I don't. And I'm Mexican, so I feel I can or I can't get away with more things, or I'm not a.
The only thing you can't get away with is robbing a liquor store.
No. They just robbed. They got Hoey Hut. Well, remember?
Yeah.
There used to be a Hoey Hut in Highwood, the original one, but they closed it down. Now there's only one left in Waukegan. There was a point they had 4: Chicago, Highwood, Waukegan, Vegas.
Right.
And I grew up in Hoey Hut. You know what I mean? Like I used to attack the owner when I was a child, like physically.
Oh, really?
And curse him out. I don't know. I was a bad kid. Not a bad kid, but I was rambunctious.
Do you remember where the Dairy Queen was?
I don't remember the Dairy Queen.
Well, now it's a Mexican ice cream place.
Probably a Michoacana, but
yeah, okay. It is. And I was like, okay, but this is why we used to come here and get Mr. Misty's after tennis in high school. Then we go to Wooden Nickel, walk in, draw you a draft beer for $0.25, peanuts, you throw them on the floor. I mean, you don't do that anymore. Everybody's like, I'm gluten-free, peanut allergies. There's a place called Chances Are, it used to be, that you'd walk in and there was peanuts on the table.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Now the only place is that pizza place, right? In Grays Lake and in Mundelein.
Bill's
Pub.
Bill's Pub
still does the peanuts, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. Rainbows. Remember, now it's what? Timothy or Mickey, the bar here in Highwood. My dad used to go and drink there when it used to be called Rainbows, but now it's right in the corner across from the bank.
Oh, yeah, I know where it is. I haven't been there. But I have. It's an Irish place now.
Yeah. But it used to be called because my dad used to drink there. It was Rainbows when he was still in the country.
Oh, okay.
He gone.
I would just used to be. Everything was cool. You could drive while you were drunk. There was no. It was against the law to speed, but if you just drove regular, there was no. Nobody pulled you over.
No, right.
I mean, you drive 19 miles an hour on Deerfield Road, they think you're an old person.
Yeah.
That's all.
But now the suburbs, I'm scared of driving the suburbs. They're like the hawks out here, the cops. And Chicago, they don't, when I see a Chicago police, I never even think about them pulling. I've never been pulled over by a Chicago police officer. They're doing stuff. But the suburbs, it's like,
they have nothing to do out here.
Yeah,
there's no crime.
Like Forest, Mundelein's the worst.
Deerfield's bad. Northfield's bad. Highland Park has its moments. And, Highland Park got in trouble several years ago for racial profile.
For racial profile, I remember that.
Right. Cops would sit on 41 and they wouldn't pull over
they have the lights on to see who's in the car,
and then, but they would pull over Latinos, Mexicans, whatever. Latinx. They would pull them over, and then they saw the pattern, and the ACLU came and sued the city. I remember. And it cost them a bunch of money.
Yeah, I remember Highland Park got sued. We
were driving to get some dinner the other night. My girlfriend was driving, and I said to her, "Put your phone down because it's Deerfield, and they'll pull you over even if you're at a stoplight." So she did. We turned going south on Waukegan from Deerfield Road, and sure enough, lights came on. And it was the Deerfield cops. What's the problem? Her tags were expired. Now, can you imagine getting pulled over for expired tags in Chicago? No. I mean,
I'll do U-turns. I've done U-turns. I didn't get pulled over.
Yeah. I mean, I got made a U-turn in the middle of an intersection once, and I got pulled over for that. But they're busy. They got stuff
They
that's
got
going
real
on.
stuff to do. I got pulled over in Lake Forest
Oh, yeah.
the thing is, right where that curve is on 41, right after you pass the light that takes you to 60 or is 60 or whatever, right there, I'm high. It's like, this is when there was a point where I would, after my sets, I'd get high and get on the highway and drive home and listen to music. So I'm pretty high right now. And then I'm just on my phone like a zombie, high. And then I look to my left and I see a police officer and I'm like, fuck. So I put my phone away. Then I see him behind me a little bit. And then I see the lights and I'm stoned. I have cocaine on me and then probably a gun, right? But a legal gun, right? A legal gun. And I'm like, fuck. Fuck. And I'm like, Forrest. But like, nope. I, like straightened out mentally when he got me and he did the cop double stock when he asked you the same question twice. He's like, oh, do you have this and that? It's like, because whenever a cop pulls me over, he looks at the plates. He says, oh, concealed carry. So he knows that I could have a pistol on me. So he asked me, he's like, oh, do you have a pistol? You're supposed to tell me. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I have it. Where is it? It's in the glove box or in the middle thing, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, is it loaded? I'm like, yes, it is. But with a concealed, it doesn't matter. But they'll try to trick you and say like, oh, no. And I was like, yeah, it is loaded. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he asked me again, where is it? Right there. Is it loaded? I was like, yes, it is. And he was like, do you have any drugs in the car? I was like, no, I don't have anything like that. Like, not offended, not too much, not overacting, but like, no, I don't have anything like that. But in my head, it's like, fuck, there's cocaine in my glove box. I have a gun on me. I was like, I'm going to, but no, he lets me go.
As long as you don't hear step out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I know.
I've never, I got it once. I got it once in, not Northfield, but out like in McHenry County.
Yeah.
We were at a party, and my friend's like, we got to get more beer. And there's this girl that I was trying to sleep with for so long. She's dancing with me. We're hanging out, but my buddy's, let's go get beer. So we leave to go get a beer for these people. We on the way back, so there's 4 of us in this car. There's a 24 pack on the floor. We were just smoking a blunt with marijuana in it. Yes. Yeah, of course, right? And then this is like out by Haynesville or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Haynesville.
My best friend lives in Crystal Lake, so I know McHenry.
Yeah, McHenry. And then, so I see the cop, we're passing him, but he's coming towards us. And I'm like, okay. And then I see him start doing a U-turn, like behind me. And I was like, fuck. And I grab the button, I throw out the window, right? He does a U-turn. And I'm already accepting the DUI in my head. I was like, I didn't really drink that much, but I had some drinks in me. And I was like, here we go. But he pulls me over. I get out of the car, and he talks to me. And he's like, look. And as he's talking to me, I have a metal pipe of weed in my pocket, right? But he's telling me, look, man, just be honest with me. Like, because he saw the beer, but the beer isn't open, so it's fine. And everybody's of age. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, look, just be honest with me. Because I got my partner coming with the dog. And if there's anything in the car, just let me know now. And I was like, no, there's nothing in there. Would never do anything like that. I was like, go ahead, bring him. Have him bring the dog. Doesn't matter to me. But as I'm saying this, I got weed in my pocket, right? But then he lets me go, right?
Yeah.
Like, he just wanted to see me break or something like that. And that's, so I've never gotten a DUI, but I've gotten damn close in there in Mundelein. But
I got
the suburbs.
So we got pulled over in Deerfield for expired tags. Mm-hmm. And then another time I was coming home from a gig off the tollway out on Lake Cook Road. Deerfield police pulled me over. Why? The back license plate light wasn't on.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes, sir, this is the back license plate. And I go, and I tapped it, and it came on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have a good night, officer.
That was it.
I was like stupid. And I've driven insanely drunk, not in the last 25 years, but yeah. And
it's weird when you drive sober and you're driving in the lanes or the path that you used to drive drunk.
You see people that you know are hammered.
Yeah.
Right?
And you'd see, to me, I was driving and I would see a cop and I'd get nervous. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm sober. Like, what the fuck am I worried about?
Right. I'm going 75 instead of 70.
Yeah. And it's like, and then I would think like, and I'd be nervous driving it sober, this particular suburb route. And I was like, I used to drive this drunk like, it was nothing. And it was like on every Wednesday. Leaving Grill 21 and when Vernon Hills, where the hell that was, Libertyville, Grill 21 Wednesdays. Yeah. From there to Waukegan, pretty lit.
So how do you think it's going to be now that marijuana is legal, and they have the 2 around us that sell is Evanston and Mundelein?
Oh, Moneyland has a recreational one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the medicinal ones, there's one in Highland Park and one in Deerfield, but they're not recreational. So you think the cops are just going to sit outside those and just wait for you?
Well, I was talking, my buddy went to go look for one, and he was hanging out, and there was a cop there, but he was hanging out, but he wasn't pulling people over, and people were going, I think as long as they aren't, I think some chick even lit up or something, but which I don't think she's supposed to do, but nobody, she's probably white, but nobody, she didn't get arrested, yeah.
Entitled bitch.
yeah. But nobody, I don't know what's going to be. But no, he said there was a dude there, but he was just hanging out.
Could have been for security. They call off-duty cops to do that.
Oh, yeah, maybe for that. But he wasn't pulling anybody over, he was saying.
No, I went to I was in Vegas a couple of months ago, and I went because I was curious. Mm-hmm. And there was an off-duty cop working security there, but that's it.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you gone to the recreational places yet?
I haven't. Let's go.
No, right? But is there like a 2-hour line or something like that?
I don't know. Then if it is, I'm not going. But I would like to get some more cream for my knee, but I don't want a prescription and get a card and all that shit.
No, I don't want to get a card.
No.
I'm waiting for them to legalize cocaine. I don't think it's going to happen, right?
I don't think so. Although, you know what, I read...
What? Where?
Wait a second.
I'm booking a flight.
Yeah. China.
Oh, I'm hard pass. I'll stay here.
I know, I get it, but they said that cocaine treats the coronavirus.
It does.
I don't know if it's bullshit, but
my friend sent me that meme, but I thought he was just like...
I'll see if it's for real. I'll look it up on my Google machine. See, back in the day, we'd go to the library.
I used to go to the library, the Waukegan Public Library. I'd check out books. That's how I learned about pool. Growing up, there was always like a new subject or a new thing that I'd really get into, and one of them was pool. So pool, yo-yoing, guitar. Like I'd get really into it, and I'd get semi-good at it, and then I'd stop. Pool, guitar, yo-yo.
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 I had a Duncan yo-yo.
Yo-yo. There was at one point I wanted to be a professional punter. Never got good at it, though.
I did around the world, and I hit my sister in the face.
You did?
With the yo-yo.
How many siblings do you have?
Just a sister.
Just a sister? How old is she?
She's...
Compared to you? Just
younger.
Younger?
No, I don't care. I'll say she's 59.
Okay, I'm the oldest.
Are you? How many kids?
Let's see, 35, me. My sister is between 27 and 29. I don't know how old you are, Evelyn. My other sister is between 14 and 16. I think 15. I don't know how old you are, Scarlett or Angel. I don't know what she goes by. And do I have another one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 of us. Oh, and then there's 2 brothers in Mexico I didn't know about until like...
Oh.
I knew there was one, and I was in Mexico, and we're all hanging out, and I was asking my cousin, I was like, hey, are they both my brothers, right? I just wanted to make sure, right? And he was like, yeah, they're both your brothers. I was like, oh, I just didn't know. It's the first time I met them, right? And I thought I only had one, and then there was 2 of them. So this coronavirus, what is it called? The Wuhan virus?
Yep.
All right, let's see. Drug mules caught in Hong Kong taking bigger risks while cocaine. International drug couriers caught in Hong Kong last year continue to put their lives at risk by swallowing ever larger quantities of cocaine pellets. On average, drug mules. Oh, here we do. What about the coronavirus?
No, that's what I Googled.
Oh, okay. Cocaine for coronavirus. On average, drug mules arrested. Ambulances. Cocaine and its derivative crack cocaine. Example of globalization and substance. Okay, what is this, a paper on it? I don't know. Rose McGowan. Why is she coming up? Indicted on cocaine possession. Cocaine kills coronavirus.
There you go.
But it's in Arabic. What is this?
Well, then you know it's real.
This is the music. It just... There's a video. All right, there's a video with Asian music. I'm assuming that sounds pretty
I don't know
Asian.
what it is.
Maybe it's K-pop, and it just says cocaine kills. I think somebody just made a meme.
Oh, they just made a meme? Oh, well, it caught my eye.
Then my friend sent me that one. Oh. But this is what I was telling yesterday. I was recording with Ravon, and then I was like, I'd like to be at a bar and be able to be like, let me get a black label and club soda, Scotch whiskey, short glass, and let me get a bump or a line of Coke. I wish they can give you your whiskey and give you, man, like you can just do it at the bar, maybe do your line. And they give you like, you know how they give you the glass? They'll give you a little glass or something to do your Coke on and your glass, and then you put it away and you're done. Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd be nice. I'd like to see that world. But I don't think
think so.
No, nobody's going to start the
Have
we
you-
want to legalize cocaine. Like,
Amsterdam, they had hash bars in
Uh-huh.
the 70s. I lived in Amsterdam for a semester in college. And there was a guy sitting at the end of the bar, and he had 2 bricks. And I had no money. I was a student. And he says, I have Pakistani and Lebanese. I said, I'll take a little bit of each.
Okay.
It was 10 guilders, $4. And oh boy, was I lost. I mean, I was having fun. It was in a bar called the Milky Way, and I figured out why they call it that.
no nuts.
Well, you want to eat candy
Yeah.
when you're stoned, and a Milky Way was, Milky Way was like $9, but it was worth
A
it.
Milky Way was $9.
Yeah, well, it's
Like a real Milky Way, just
yeah,
the candy
yeah.
bar.
Yeah, the candy bar.
Why was it $9?
I don't know, but it could have been 1,000. I wouldn't have known.
Oh,
Because
what are
I
they
was-
bait and switch? They get you high and then jack up the prices.
I guess. And they had the little horn that you put in your fingers and, take it like that. So,
A
yeah.
horn.
Yeah. It looks like a trumpet from one of
Billy.
And so you put it here and you close your hand and the hash is here in the pipe and then you just inhale through your hand.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a bowl or a bong where you just take a direct hit.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly. I've never experienced this, by the way, but just in case.
No. I want to get DMT. I did DMT, and I want more. It lasts like 7 minutes.
What is that?
Dimethyltryptamine. It's a super intense psychedelic. It lasts you off like to another universe, and you see entities and blah blah blah. But it only lasts 7 minutes, and there's like a 30-minute come down, you're done. Which I love. I love quick stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I love.
Then sleep with Jewish men. Because we don't.
I'm not circumcised.
No,
So
no.
wait, would it? I'm not circumcised. Would that be a no-no if I'm talking to a Jewish woman?
It would be so hot.
Really?
Yeah, because you're the forbidden fruit.
But I
pot.
can't log into JD, right? I delete all the apps, the
You
Tinder. and all.
you can log in.
Where can I meet these Jewish women?
JDate. There's
But I have to put that I'm not a non-Jew, right?
there's a app called Bagels and Coffee.
Is there for real?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
What is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is. Hold on.
Where's
Coffee and a bagel. I think that's what it's called. I was on there for a while, and this woman.
I used to have breakfast at Once Upon a Bagel.
Right.
Last bagel. No capers, no onions for me though.
Oh,
Maybe capers. I still a little bit like capers.
capers are cool. Onion is a little tough.
I like it with that, but not with my lox.
No, you like Nova or regular?
No,
The salty or unsalty?
I don't know what I would get. I'm assuming it's Nova, right?
Nova's the unsalty.
I don't know the difference. I don't know. I've been ordering. Like if I just order it, let me get a lox bagel. What are they giving me? Well, most likely
Probably giving you Nova.
Nova.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The salty one, that puts hair on you.
Now, what's the place you have a show at? I want to try the tomato soup.
Tomato soup,
Tomato soup and what else?
grilled cheese. That's gross. Get out of my.
What
house.
is that a Jewish thing?
No, I don't know.
What is that tomato soup? Because I didn't
It's
have these
matzo ball
meals.
soup.
Oh, okay.
Matzo ball soup and corned beef.
Okay.
That and a corned beef sandwich.
You been to
That's-
Bert's Deli in Libertyville?
No.
Really good. It's a corned beef and pastrami sandwich on rye. What is it? Mozzarella and a little bit of horseradish. It's Bert's Deli, it's Jewish deli, been around for I don't know how long, and it's right where the Baker Square was in that export little Libertyville plant, like right on the end of it where you can't see. It's not facing whatever that Milwaukee or whatever that is. And that's one of my favorite sandwiches. You've been to Sarkis in Evanston? I went there this morning.
Sarkis, yeah.
Sarkis. He
Yeah.
died in 2018. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a great breakfast place.
My favorite breakfast sandwich I'd get. You don't eat bacon? No,
Yeah, of course.
I think you're Jewish.
Yeah, so
Ish, Jewish
No,
ish.
that's the only religion that gives you an ish,
Oh yeah.
right? I'm a Jew-ish, so I will eat bacon-ish, ham-ish, ribs-ish.
Ribs.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I eat.
Does Larry eat bacon?
I don't know. He's a weird dude when it comes.
He seems
to,
like a picky eater.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you gone to eat with him?
No, I've had coffee with him. That's
Okay.
the extent of our
Sugar and cream? What does he do? I drink it black.
I drink it with cream only. And
Okay.
He drinks iced coffee and tells you don't eat sugar. He's an anti-refined sugar guy.
Me too, but
Yeah.
allegedly. But I just had a bacon Loretta this morning,
All right, there
and
you
last
go.
night I had 3 rolls, and then 3 tacos with turkey bacon. My
You
friend,
know,
she doesn't. She's on a diet, and that's all
Turkey
she had.
bacon, seriously?
She can't eat. She has a condition because it's something with the gallbladder where there's certain foods like pork, it'll go right through her. She get diarrhea. So So I understood. Like I didn't completely attack her.
Coffee meets bagel. There you go.
Coffee Meets Bagel prides themselves on their algorithmic matching and only handpicks a couple suggested users for you to like each other day at noon. Like each other at day at noon. Women only see users who have already liked them and so this is J date.
Well, you could
2.0.
look. You look Israeli,
People think I'm Middle Eastern. So,
Yeah.
I love.
so you could easily score on Coffee Meets Bagel.
What are some do's and don'ts in dating Jewish women? Like I don't know. Like growing up, I was always obsessed with Jewish women. Like I'd be at the club and I'd see the Jew. I don't know. I think they're hot. And,
Yeah,
do's, and what are the don'ts? Not the do's. How about the don'ts?
The don'ts don't make fun of Jews.
Okay.
That's the top. Even if they don't practice or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's just I'm sensitive. Oh no.
No.
Compliment her nails.
Nails.
Compliment her hair. But I think that's with every woman.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But with
Hair, nails.
hair and nails, and don't make fun of rich people.
No.
No.
No, I usually don't.
No,
I
I
don't
mean, And what do you aspire to do in comedy? Well, own a string of comedy clubs.
Okay. Own. Invest. Use word own. Invest.
Own, invest.
Okay.
My partners and I want
Partner.
to.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm working in development deals.
Okay.
These are
okay.
the things that you want to say.
that you want to say.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you'll talk about yourself and they'll leave.
Cut me off. Exactly.
Right, but
yeah.
for the opening moments,
How quickly do I tell them I'm not circumcised, or just let them find out?
let them find out.
Let them find out. Okay, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
They're like, what is that?
yeah. Oh, is that a growth? Is that what is that? Can I touch it? Or if they're advanced, and let's say you're not, going for somebody who's 19 or 20, they're like, oh yeah,
Let's go.
oh yeah,
time.
give me a piece.
Give me a piece.
Give me the piece
Uncut
of that
Mexican.
Yeah, give me that tamale right there in my coochie.
Give me that tamale. Oh, okay. Okay, we're getting close to time to start wrapping it up. What are some stuff that you want to Funnier by the Lake, right?
Funnier by the Lake, bestcorporatecomedy.com. Big Laughs in Buffalo Grove. Check it out online.
That's a newer one, right? That's a newer room you guys
That's
got.
the room that it's a beautiful theater. We've done a couple of shows there, and we do. The date I don't remember, but I'll pull it up here. And the next.
Yeah. Send it to me, and then I'll tag it and everything.
Okay, cool. It's really it's a new venture because it's the venue is vested in our success. So it's what we want to do as independent producers. Here, this is the show coming up. Sorry about the dead air.
No, I can hear wind chimes. I don't know if the users can hear them.
Cool. Like we did. Here, this show is February 29th called Big Laughs. Kristen Toomey is headlining, and Peter.
Kristen, I just saw Kristen the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, she came up to the show in Waukegan. I saw her.
She's great because
Yeah.
as good as she is and blowing up like she is, she'll do a show, on an off day just to get mic time.
Yeah,
And she gets paid, and she's nice.
she's always been nice.
Yeah. So Kristen is headlining, and Peter John Burns is.
I've never seen
open.
Peter John live.
He is so smart. It's
Yeah.
sickening. I mean, he writes fantastic. He's a computer nerd, but he's very smart, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And so he's opening for her, and I love this guy. He's got a podcast too. It's not I haven't been on it yet, but maybe he'll hear this and see how smart I am.
Yeah. Wait, before I want to ask you this last thing. What was your worst show you did? Remember we did that show in front of like 3 people in the basement of the cigar place? It was me, my cousin, my Polish friend, and then maybe a friend you brought?
Yeah.
Was he, I don't know if it was a doctor.
Right,
It was me,
right.
Patrick Tomlinson, Marcos.
Yeah, that was the guy, Marcos.
Marcos, and who was, I think that was the last show at that place. He couldn't
I
go.
don't know if that place is still even alive.
Oh, yeah. It was this cigar shop owned by this Indian dude out, I don't know where the hell it was. Out west, out in McHenry or something.
136 and something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't. See, the worst show.
Actually, that wasn't that bad. It was just nobody was there except for 4 people.
I don't care because I can make 4 people laugh.
Yeah, we all had fun.
Right.
We all had fun.
I
Patrick blocked me on Facebook, but after that. But anyways, it is. Well, he's insane. But go ahead.
The worst show I ever had was a road gig in Iowa in a casino.
We're in Iowa. I did Des Moines once.
It was, I don't know.
So not even, okay. So a smaller city than Des Moines in Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't Penguins. Penguins, I did good there. And I just never got asked back. But I had fun with the audience, and they had liked it. And the worst show was, I was early in my career, and I came on stage, and I said, hey, this is what a Jew looks like. And a woman in the audience goes, how do you know we don't know what Jews look like? And
Sure,
I
of
said,
course, yeah.
well, of course you do. You go to banks. And she goes, well, that's just not funny. And I have Jewish friends. And it was so quiet that I went up in my head and I walked off the stage.
Ah.
That was my worst night ever.
Yeah.
I mean, hecklers, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because, you can take down a heckler. You're the guy with the microphone.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
faster and smarter than that drunk ass.
Yeah.
So who cares? But when you really...
Mostly a chick. It's
Yeah.
usually the chick, I feel.
Yeah, she feels like she needs to do that.
They gotta say something, or like I gotta, I don't know, like a mom thing. Like I gotta correct you, or I gotta, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Here, I want to help you. Yeah, don't help me. I don't come down to your job and slap the dick out of your mouth, do I?
All right. Yeah. Cause shut your trap, broad.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, what's your social media? What's your social media? Promote.
I'm at Cranky Ricky
Cranky Ricky on Twitter.
on Twitter. And
Do you have an Instagram?
yeah, I do.
Oh, all right.
I don't use it, though. Ricky March on Facebook. And I think it's Ricky March on Instagram as well. And also bestcorporatecomedy.com.
Bestcorporatecomedy.com.
Yeah.
And was it February 28th? No, 29th. February 29th.
February 29th at Big Laughs in Buffalo Grove. We also have a show coming up we call the Comedy Nosh.
Hey,
That's
good food.
Yeah. You get dinner and a comedy show at Max and Benny's in Northbrook.
What's your go-to plate there? What do you like?
Oh, the best. It's called, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The Nosher's Delight.
Ooh.
It's a corned beef sandwich between 2 potato pancakes
Ooh.
and a pastrami sandwich between 2 potato pancakes
Ooh.
and a pickle, and I defy you to eat it in one sitting. It takes me 3 days.
Oh, wow.
3 days. It's $14.95. It's the best thing on the menu. I don't care.
I got to try it out.
Yeah.
God, if I didn't have a sub and a bacon Loretta today, I'd go right now.
I'm telling you. I'd go with you right now.
Ah, fuck. I gotta wait. All right, I'm gonna save that one. And my social media is Lobo9110, LOBO9110, and the Lobo Then podcast is on everything, and whatever the social media. And this is, I keep forgetting to say this, but if you like it, please subscribe, do the rating thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
What is that? What you're supposed to do? The rating thing. And if you like it, tell a friend. And if you're a fan and you want a decal, DM me. I will mail you a decal. Okay. Anything else you got to say? Promo?
No, this has been so much fun. I don't think I've talked to you this much in 14 years.
Never.
Right?
Never. Oh, so all right. The Lobo Then.
Peace.
Lobo then.